So I'm with Harry at Bentley Grange here in Tunbridge Wells. He's got a whole host of cars and he's just going to give us a couple of minutes where he's going to go over the specs and how these cars are. Here you go, Harry.
Good morning. Welcome. There, guys. Yes, so as he said, we've got the 4th generation of the Bentley here. So this is the Bentley Continental, and this is the GT Speed first edition. So the green that you see here, this is actually the tourmaline green, so it's the launch colour of the car. Main things you'll see and the differences from the generation 3 model is the headlights. So they've gone for, rather than the 4 oval headlights now, they've gone for the one look with the sweeping eyebrow finish. The grills at the front now as well, rather than being chrome, you've either got the option for dark tint, which is this one here. On the other generation, you've got black line spec. Blends it in a little bit nicer.
Yeah. And the grills are all plastic, just like the previous generation, because of crash.
Yes,
pedestrians.
Safety features.
Yeah.
Going around onto the car, you'll notice this is the new style of alloy wheel, so 23-inch diamond cut finish. Rather than the body kit now being the styling kit, it's all integrated, so it gives it that sort of.
So is that actual bodywork?
Yes.
Okay, because on my one, yeah, it's a separate add-on bolt-on skirt.
For the carbon fibre, it was called carbon fibre styling kit.
Okay, so they've done it in the body kit. Okay.
Now they've integrated it sort of within the car. Plug-in hybrid as well. I'll grab the keys in a moment, but this side here you've got for your Type-C charger, so you can plug it in there, and you've also got the option for fast charge.
Brilliant.
Going around to the back, the other main difference you'll notice is the rear lamps. So they used to be red on the generation 3, even on the previous generation on 2 as well. Now it's got the dark tint finish.
So that's on all of them. They've just smoked them all out to save people from rude boys in Essex who
it gives it themselves. It gives it more of a sporty, mean look, and actually blends in quite nicely with the rest of the car. Actually, if you look at say this one here in Kingfisher blue, it's got a dark tint, but with all the black lines spec, it blends in really nicely.
It does.
And obviously, being the speed model, it complements it quite.
Oh, it glows up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not that. Yeah, you. Hopefully, when I put it on screen, you'll see it. But yeah, it does have a nice finish.
Dragon eye finish.
But what do they actually call that?
The actual, that's just what the lights.
Yeah.
It's just the rear tint lamps, but on the front hand side, they're all crystal cut. That's
and does the front do the same thing when you?
Yeah. So if
I guess.
Press the unlock.
Okay.
Similar effect. It has a sweeping effect with the indicator when you unlock it.
Cool. Can we have a look at the engine bay?
Yeah, let's go and unlock it.
I haven't driven a V8. I didn't bother with the V8s, that's why I went W12. But it's.
I find the V8 actually makes a nicer sound as well.
That's what people were saying. Yeah, that's what people were saying. The way the V8s are, even on my shape one, is just.
It just has a slightly noisier tone to it. Obviously slightly lighter as well, so it's a bit more agile when you're driving.
Yeah.
So this produces 782 PS, which is equivalent to.
Is that all the battery stuff? I guess underneath there.
It's in the back as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. So you lose a tiny bit of boot space, but 0 to 60 on this is 3.1 seconds, 1,000 Newton meters of torque. So it's
it's
the fastest GT they've produced.
Okay.
But it's a monster of a car. It's actually all right.
Okay, let's have a look at the boot. So you were saying that obviously because of the batteries.
Yeah, it's been okay. I mean, it's still
it's shallow. Yeah, I can notice it's more shallow. So literally,
you've still got the same amount of space, but it is just slightly.
Even it's not as deep as well.
Not as deep, and it's because of the obviously hybrid battery now.
Yeah. So you've got all the ventilation. Is that a speaker there, or is that part of the ventilation? Okay. Yeah. It's far less usable than what I've got. That's quite significant, that is. Okay, so that's your electric charging.
Yeah.
So what's the fastest that can charge at? What's the kilowatt?
I have to try and remember actually, I'll have to have a look. But,
okay.
I mean, we've got a fast charger over there and we use it on that and it gets it done in sort of around 25-30 minutes.
And the range is probably what, 30 miles?
50 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 miles. So.
It kind of makes it practical, as weird as it is on a car like this.
You can drive it as a fully electric Bentley if you wish. 50 miles, depending on the sort of driving you do.
Yeah, people will kind of be confused when they see it just sort of creeping down. Does it make a noise?
Honestly,
when
you're driving it in fully electric mode, it's so, from the driver's perspective, it's silent.
But does it have to comply with the regulations, like a humming sound?
Yeah, that's it.
So that's the annoying thing, because you hear it on electric cars. Okay, so compliance, it has to make a hum.
Otherwise, it would be completely silent, and you wouldn't know that you've got a car behind you.
Yeah, a 2.5 ton car behind you.
It's enough, that's for sure.
Okay, cool.
All right.
That's a nice interior, that is.
So these are all your launch colour launch colours even. So this is called Gravity Grey, and then you've got the nice yellow stitching going throughout. It's got that pop of colour, which is part of the Mulliner colour specification.
And Alcantara there.
Yes. So on the speed
So
models,
on the seats.
unless you spec the leather spec, it's all Alcantara on the
and of course, and the seats, yeah,
door cards, all the way throughout as well. But it's a nice finish, and then this is also
the
newest veneer, so diamond brushed aluminium look. And then on the centre console now, it's also got the dark chrome finish.
Is that chrome or not?
So
piano
you've got
black?
dark chrome on all of those aspects.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then it's a dark.
It's almost like matte. Yeah, it is
dark matte finish on the buttons and around the surrounding areas.
That looks good. At least it picks up kind of less fingerprints and easier to wipe, because before piano black, it gets everything. Yeah,
you would see everything.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Effectively, that's just the name of the. So you've got speed as the trim, and then first edition is sort of the pack.
Yeah.
Comes with everything in terms of options. You've got name audio.
Oh, okay.
It's about £6,000 or £7,000 option from factory.
So that will be the same as the first edition of the previous generation as well.
Yeah,
that will have everything.
That's it.
It's not just about it being the first model that's out. It means it's fully loaded.
Yeah, basically just put everything into the first edition pack. For example, touring specs, you get heads-up display.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You get night vision, lane assist, adaptive cruise control.
Okay.
That all comes part of that. If you put your foot on the brake, just this button here, by starting it, everything will come to life, but it will start in electric mode, so it's all silent.
No, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for some roar, but no, it didn't.
So starts completely silent. We're currently in Bentley mode. If you wanted to put it into sport mode, it then turns on the 4-litre V8 and you can hear it sort of come to life.
Oh, okay.
But we are in fully electric mode, as you see here. It says EV drive ready.
I'm just looking at the dash. It almost looks like it's dropping away from you.
It
doesn't.
angle.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's flat. It looks like it's slightly sitting. Because that's what it just looks like. It's at an angle like this.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it does look like that. That has actually stayed the same from the third generation.
Oh, okay.
So they have updated the way or facelifted the way that the dash looks now. And you've also got a couple different view settings, so you can have. It's a bit sportier.
Yeah. Okay.
And then obviously back to where you were, but that's probably the one that you'll have it in the majority of the time. But actually having it on the other one, you can see more of the sat nav as well. So it opens up a bit wider.
Yeah.
Now these have wireless CarPlay as well, so it's all wireless Apple CarPlay.
And you do actually have a usable space to put your phone in.
Yeah.
Because they're not the most practical cars.
Well, also
and you're going to say drinks holders, aren't you?
You've got 2 cup holders.
Yeah, which are larger. Yeah.
You've got wireless phone charging in there. I mean, there's quite a lot of usability. It's still quite practical. It's a Grand Tourer.
Yeah.
It's practical for what it is, and actually the seats in the back as well. It's not too bad. I mean, I'm sat right the way back right now, but
yeah, I know. I mean, in my one, the maximum will be 3, which will be 1, 2, and then 3. Because in my driving position, you can't.
This is it. So I was out with someone the other day, and he was quite tall, and I couldn't sit behind him, so I sat this side. But actually,
with your legs across.
Yeah, and I had to go this side. It was too much, but it's still fairly practical. I mean, I can fit in the back. I'm about 5'10", and it's
okay.
I'd rather be cooling shotgun on the front seat because it's much nicer.
Yeah,
you've got things like your massage, your heated cooling function.
The cooling's brilliant. I love it. I didn't have it on my first one, but I got it on this, and it's brilliant.
Oh, nice. So
it's brilliant. It cools it in a subtle way.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You don't freeze.
It's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
It comes on quite quickly as well, but that's part of the front seat comfort pack as well. So it's got nice couple of options by the sounds of it. This obviously, I'll spin this around so you can see the rotating display.
It's the same as the previous one. It actually. I think it's the first time I've seen it inside, and it actually is bigger than I expected. Of exactly the same size.
Exactly the same.
Because they look bigger than like when I've seen it on other cars.
Yeah, no, it's the exact same setup.
Okay.
Gives it more of that James Bond look, to be honest. But you've got
it is a nice finish. It is a nice finish. That
it just shows things like outside air temperature. You've got compass and the lap timer as well.
Don't even think about using that one.
Really, it's a gadget. It looks nice.
Yeah. So first editions, and so even if you get a GT Speed, is that standard, the rotating screen, or is it an optional?
It's still an option. Yeah, it's about £5,000-6,000 option to tick. So
really, the ones to go for are first editions, because they're not just a first edition by badge. It is actually, you get everything on it, and as you said, the name, audio system. I mean, I don't listen to music. I don't listen to music when I drive it.
Well, this is it. So actually, I had someone recently
is.
that he said, well, it doesn't actually use, or it doesn't care too much about premium sound system.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we take that off? Well, if you go for the first edition, you can't. So that's why you go for the normal speed trim, and you can pick the options that you want and that you don't want, and actually it will save you a bit.
Okay.
But obviously, the way you look at it as well, in terms of resale value or long-term value,
it's fully loaded. It's more desirable when you come to
residual value might be better. So it's entirely up to yourself. But yes,
I've just noticed even the gear lever is Alcantara trim, as opposed to standard leather.
Yeah, so it's another Mulliner option. They also have the yellow on the steering wheel there.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
Just so you know where centre is.
The thing is with Bentley, they haven't changed the interior too much. They've done different design and stitching, but the actual layout's exactly the same, just because it works and it's
true.
Feedback on it. To be honest. You get all your physical buttons still,
which are absolutely brilliant and should never go, because in a lot of EV cars, obviously like Teslas and stuff, it's annoying controlling even your climate through an iPad.
Ferrari Roma here recently, and lovely looking, lovely to drive, but in terms of practicality, I was pressing buttons on the steering wheel I didn't even mean to press.
Oh, what is it? Those?
It's all the haptic sense.
Yeah. And the good thing is these are still physical, so you know what's going on.
Yeah. Even to start the car was a haptic sense on the steering wheel, and it feels
silly.
So wrong.
that's really. Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
So,
how did you want to set off? Did you want to set off in electric mode?